Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, as you know, it will take a few moments for people to jump in. So if you're watching the replay right here, right now, welcome to the Soul Infused Monday Show. I'm your host, Sonia Bueno de la Torre, and today we're going to talk about how to stop the freaking overthinking. Okay? So I'm going to wait for a moment. If you're already watching, leave a comment below, say hello, and or grab a glass of water, take a nice deep breath, and just hang out with me here a little bit. And if you're already here, just remove your distractions. Make sure that you have about 20 to 30 minutes. Hey Lynn, good morning. Great to see you. Who else is in the house today? And if you're already watching, today it's all about overthinking, okay? So are you an overthinker? Do you overthink sometimes? It's a rhetorical question because yes, your answer is yes. Yes, 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 because everybody does it. And I want to be very clear, everybody does it. Yeah? So no matter who it is, no matter how accomplished, what a guru, best-selling authors, multimillionaires, homeless people, like anyone, overthinking is a human condition. And but let me know, are you sometimes overthinking? And is that not like really energy consuming, right? So let me see who else is here. So happy Monday. If you're new to my show, if you're just popping in here by accident or by, soul calling, my name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre. I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm an energy healer. I'm a self-love coach, and I'm here to help you to connect to yourself, to connect to your higher self, and to live a fulfilled and joyful life. Linda is here. Hello, happy Monday. Okay, so why I'm talking about overthinking is I always like to talk and share and teach things that are close to my life as well. And I never teach or share anything that I have not experienced, overcome, or worked through. Okay? Always overthinking, it's automatic. Yeah, good point, good point. So we're going to talk today a little bit about what is overthinking and how can you actually stop it. It's not so much about stopping it, it's about how to handling it so it doesn't overtake your life. I've been terribly overthinking lately. Like, I am always so transparent because, listen, we are all doing it. Sometimes more, like I haven't done it in a long time. It's extreme as I was doing it lately. So I've been so immersed in looking into it, tuning into the subtleties of why and how we can unplug from it, that I wanted to share that with you. So it benefits me and it benefits you. What is overthinking? Give me a few examples. What are things that you overthink about? Like, what are things that you overthink about? And while you do that, I love your engagement. Leave me comments. It's how I can help you even better. Usually when we overthink, we are in an overwhelmed state or in a high-level emotional state. Funny enough, at the same time, when you overthink, you are disconnected from a lot of your parts emotionally. So it's a little bit of a paradox, but you want to understand overthinking so that when you catch yourself doing it, you have some tools to kind of like ease your mind again, because it takes a lot of energy. It keeps us very busy, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling. Would you agree? Hi Barbara, you made it. Fantastic. Are you overthinking sometimes? Yeah, you don't have to answer. I know the answer is yes. So, from an energetical perspective, when we think about overthinking, we might think it's only in our minds, okay? Because we are multifaceted beings. Energetically speaking, we have several chakras. We have 7 main chakras. We have an 8th, a higher self. But for the overthinking part, I want to address especially the lower three, the base, the belly, and the solar plexus. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, you will still get plenty out of this. These are energy centers in our body. We are energy beings. We are made of energy, and there's different centers in our body, main energy centers. And the lower three are the most instinctual, evolutionary, oldest, and kind of like carry a lot of survival, fight or flight, emotional, bonding, sexuality, the third like power, but from an instinctual level, it's basically our animal inheritance, like it's very instinctual. So that's why I often talk about shifting your energy and using an energy-based meditation to shift your energy from the lower chakras up to the higher, okay? So that you have more with your heart, with your intuition, with your higher self, and you have a higher consciousness. As a super short overview. Why is this relevant for overthinking? It is very relevant because when you overthink something, you are stressed out about something. Would you agree? When you are overthinking something, you are anxious about something. Something is going on that is creating discomfort. Again, I'm just dealing with that myself. So it's a stress response, an anxiety response, and often we are caught in either revisiting the past over and over, or we're worrying about the future and we repeat and obsess about certain thoughts. Could be someone, could be a situation, could be money, family, an ex-partner, whatever it is, business, whatever it is. When you are in the overthinking loop, what happens is that you don't have clarity to actually step out of it because it's a loop. It's a loop. And you go over and over like a broken record. And why are the lower chakras relevant to this? There is always a hook. When we overthink something, or when we are totally overwhelmed in thinking and revisiting over and over the same thoughts, when we are obsessing about something or someone, there's something that keeps us hooked. And generally, it's not our soul, it's not our higher self, it's not our higher intuition, it's not our love that we spread into the world. It's something that comes from a wounded place, the inner child, the base that doesn't feel safe in the moment, an insecurity in your solar plexus. You're somehow hooked, and then we repeat and repeat and repeat. Does it make sense? Great topic today. This will help me this week. Fantastic, Barbara. So once you see yourself overthinking, the first step on stopping it, and even though I called it to stop because we always want to stop something, it's not about stopping it, it's about handling it, because as a human being, we will have times when we overthink. And even though it's really hard sometimes, the first thing is to be aware of it and to accept it and to love yourself through that phase too. And that's not easy. It's not easy, right? I, for example, slept terribly tonight, and I woke up at about 1:30, and the overthinking is the worst in the middle of the night when you can't sleep. Would you agree? Who has the experience? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. So, and it started okay, and I did different things, whatever, so many things you can do to fall back asleep. And at some point I noticed I can't fall asleep. I got up, drank some water, then I meditated, then I actually moved. Because when we're overthinking, we are very stuck. Energy is not flowing in our body. So one way to stop the overthinking or shift is to move your body. It's to move your body and to connect with your body again, into your breath. So by 3:30 in the morning, I was just exhausted, and by 4 o'clock, I was starting to overthink like a crazy person. I was driving myself nuts, okay? I'm sharing this with you because, again, it happens to all of us. It happens to you and me and everyone on this planet at some point. How much it affects you and how long you're in it, that will be the difference, okay? So, and I felt like it was like torture. It was like I was torturing myself. I'm laughing now, it's like looking back. Like I was lying in bed, it's like, what am I doing? Like this is painful, this constant obsessing. and overthinking. And at some point was like, okay, what if for a moment I stop fighting it? Because isn't it true that we fight what we don't want? We fight what we don't want. Would you agree? Raise your hand if that's a yes for you too. We fight what we don't want. The fighting creates more charge because the fighting itself doesn't really work. And even though we know that, we still do it, and it's an unconscious pattern, and it comes also again from the lower chakras that are kind of like involved in it. So, first of all, to recap, understand why you're overthinking. When you are overthinking, something is going on a deeper level that is very stressful, that is scary or painful. So you want to dig a little deeper. Because when you dig a little deeper, you're not just brushing off the overwhelm or the overthinking, you can address the root cause, right? You can address the root cause. So you want to take the time, you want to breathe, you want to, do something physical. You might even want to put a hand on your heart and your belly and just breathe and feel like, okay, what's going on inside of me right now that is making me freak out in my mind? Questions can be, what am I afraid of? Someone has to take notes. Okay. What am I afraid of? What is it that I don't want to let go? Or what am I holding on to? What am I controlling? Questions like that kind of like get you to tune in what's actually really going on. Does it make sense? Give me some feedback here. I want to hear from you. What's landing for you? What's resonating? What can you relate to? And do you have a specific question about the overthinking? Go ahead. Leave a comment right now. Any question, any takeaway, anything that's landing, anything that resonates with you. And I know there's always a little bit of a delay, but so leave me a comment right now. And then what you all then want to do, first you kind of tune in, you understand it better, because with understanding comes compassion and acceptance. Because don't we judge ourselves when we overthink? Does that help? Nope, does not help at all. Even on the contrary, because we are already stressed out anyway. So you want to be compassionate and accepting with yourself, loving. You want to love yourself through this. In order to do that, it's easier when you understand what you're actually doing. And you understand why you are stressed out, why you are sad, why you are anxious. Because you always are when you're overthinking. A big piece is also not feeling safe on a deep level. So you wanna take some time to tune into those parts, and you can even talk to yourself to say, hey, right now I'm sitting here in the present moment, I'm safe. I have a roof on top of my head, I have water, I have food, I'm good, right? Sometimes those unconscious parts need to hear that. Barbara is saying, what am I controlling? Very good. Yeah, that's a very good question. It's like when when we overthink, we are tense, but we are disconnected. So we are so much in our head that we're kind of like disconnected, you don't feel your body. That's why the breath and the physical movement is so important. You want to connect again, because what you will notice is that when we overthink, our energy is like this. It's very uncomfortable, right? So you want to loosen that up. And underneath that tension, there's anxiety, some sort of an anxiety. You want to go to the root so that you can address it. And when you address it, then you are at the root, you are at what's really going on, and you don't have to overthink all the time. Does that make sense? We fight what we don't want. That's very true. Yes. Good takeaway. I'm trying to tap and then let go to the universe at night when stress really sets in. Yeah, tapping is a great tool. Use it myself for many years. And yeah, any tool will help. And when you tap, it's good to tune in. If you know what the underlying issue is, the tapping will be more effective. And this is not only for nights. I mean, at night it's just you know, more difficult. But I mean, everybody, like my clients and people I talk to, and again, like I was dealing with that myself just lately. The overthinking is such a strong force, and you sometimes don't even notice that you're overthinking. Here's another good question that it's just coming to me. When you're overthinking, you're not centered, you're not present with yourself. So when you're overthinking, you are kind of like in an outside energy state versus being centered, grounded, and connected. So you can check in with yourself and center yourself again. And a good question that you can ask yourself is like, what would I do if I would trust myself right now? Oh, I can even feel that question can, might not in your case, but can remove such a burden and such a heavy energy. Because when we're overthinking, we are not sure about something, right? Because otherwise, we wouldn't overthink. Yeah, it's so simple. And yet so difficult sometimes. When you overthink, you are not sure about something. There's something that you're chewing on. Meaning in that very moment, you don't trust or listen to yourself. So that simple question, what would I do in this situation if I would trust myself? And then, you know, don't be attached to getting an answer right away, but here's a reality. You have the answer to that question. If you want to listen to it, or if you want to trust it, or whatever, that's up to you. But it's like the question, what would I do if I trust myself? And then you simply do that. And if you overcomplicate, you come back to that. What if I trust myself? Okay. And then, of course, next level, if you are a meditator and you're highly connected, then when you have to deal first with the loud, lower stuff. You cannot just go up right away. You can't detour that stuff. It would be nice, but usually doesn't happen. Once you're more centered, once you understand the issue better, once you're kind of like more present and you have a sense of, okay, this is what is going on and what would I do if I trust myself, you take the energy up, you connect to your higher self, and that overthinking might still be going on. You don't want to be attached of being 100% out of it. That's one big piece also when it comes to overthinking. You can shift and still be overthinking, but you focus on moving to what's really going on versus to the overthinking. Does that make sense? Okay, so, I just wanted to take a moment to breathe, slow down, become present. We are so busy constantly. If it's not our phone, is it the laptop? If it's not the laptop, it's the another device, or it's work, or it's the neighbor, or it's someone, or our kids, our dogs. Like, take time to rest within yourself. Take time to connect and be loving with what's going on. And even love that you're overthinking. With loving awareness. Just love everything you are aware of. And remember that everyone is going through their own inner battle in some way. You are not alone, and next time you meet someone, just tune in into yourself and to the other person. They might just be overthinking too. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that today. Before I go off, take a deep breath right here, right now, and close your eyes. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes unless you're driving, and then you want to take a deep breath without closing your eyes. And just connect to your body for a moment. Just connect to your body. Allow yourself to feel your breath, to feel your body. Maybe you want to touch your leg, your arm, something that you connect with your body. And take a deep breath. And just ask yourself right here, right now, what would I do right now if I would trust myself? And just let it resonate. Don't be attached to having an answer right away or not. But keep asking that question. And more times than not, the question is, I wouldn't do nothing, like I wouldn't even do anything much at all. Because you would go into a state of being where you can actually find the answers and where you can rest versus being in overthinking loop outside, doing. And it's okay. It will happen again. It will happen to me again. And we will overthink again, and that's okay. And you will take a nice deep breath. You will remember what works for you. You can ask yourself any of those questions and make it a daily practice. All right? So, if you have any questions about this, let me know. And before you jump, don't go away yet. Tune in. What is the biggest takeaway? What's your takeaway from today? What's your most valuable thing you heard today? Write this show and write it down as a comment. Don't go away. Don't go away without sharing that with me and others. And you know why I'm often asked you this. First of all, it will anchor for you. It's good feedback for me, and it will help someone else to see and hear your takeaway. So take a moment, just tune in. What is your biggest takeaway? What was one thing you heard today? It can be that small. It doesn't have to be, the biggest breakthrough of your life. The small little things make difference compounded over time. So what's your biggest takeaway? What did you hear today that made a difference, that was most valuable to you? And leave me a comment below. Lynn, stay present. Oh gosh, such a good takeaway. Let's stay present together for a moment. Sweet Linda. Yeah, I have an appointment, so I'll be here on the replay. Yeah, I'm so happy you come on live, much more than in the past. I really appreciate having you here. And listen guys, don't be shy. Don't overthink right now. Don't overthink right now. Leave a comment below. What's the most valuable thing you've heard? What's your takeaway? What's landing for you? Don't overthink. This is one opportunity to just blur something out. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. It doesn't have to be the greatest takeaway of your life. It's about taking action versus staying stuck in overthinking. Don't overthink your answer. Just answer. Right? Don't overthink. I'm going to stay another minute or two here because I know there's always a delay, but I'm really inviting you right here, right now. Don't overthink right now. Just blur something out. Be totally imperfect. Let it be something, I don't know, what's holding you back. Don't hold yourself back. Leave a comment. What's your biggest takeaway? All right? So, come back next Monday on the Soul Infused Monday show, every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And I wish you a week where you stay present, grounded, connected. And when you catch yourself overthinking, that you will, take a deep breath. Become present. Tune in what's really going on so that you can take care of the source of your stress. Move if necessary. And be in loving awareness. One last takeaway here, then I'm going to jump off. Get up and move it. Overthinking keeps you up at night. Get up and move it. Yeah, if overthinking keeps you up at night, yes, move it instead of staying stuck in bed. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for being here today. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Much love, and I will see you soon.